What up, this your boy Kid Caddy, and today I wanted to talk about tips I learned to make my car last forever. Well, not really forever, but last a long time. And I feel like I'm qualified, or somewhat qualified, because I had an engine blow up. My first engine blew up at 185,104 miles. My engine blew up, so I had to get a new engine. Thankfully, I found one for pretty cheap with 34,000 miles on it. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get started. Number one, I would highly recommend this. Do weekly checks. At least I do weekly checks. It doesn't have to be weekly checks. I mean, you could do like bi-weekly, every 3 weeks, or whatever the case is. But just, check your fluids. You can't go wrong checking them, because let's say you run out. Let's say your brake, not even brake fluid, but your engine oil. That's the main thing. You want to do your weekly checks, and I do it because of engine oil. You don't never want to go too low on your engine oil. There's a dipstick. All vehicles come with a dipstick, and there's like two hash marks. There's a hash mark on the top, and then there's a hash mark on the bottom. If your engine oil is in between that, then you're a-okay. If it's in between that, or on the upper hash mark, you're okay. Now if it is on the lower hash mark, then that's how you should top up your fluids, top up your engine oil. You want to also change it every between 5 to 7,500 miles. You just don't want to go dry on your engine oil. You don't want to go too low on your engine oil. You also, at the same time, want to make sure you're putting in the right viscosity. So like for my vehicle, it's 5W30 that I should put in my vehicle. Don't put anything other than what is recommended from the manufacturer in your vehicle, because you can also damage internal parts and stuff like that. I had already went over topping up your fluids. Don't let your fluids run dry. Another reason why you don't want to let your fluids run dry is because at least the newer cars, I don't know exactly how the older cars are, but the newer cars, the hoses are rubber and plastic, and rubbing it or letting it run dry can cause it to crack, can cause unnecessary wear and tear. Please do not neglect that, because you will regret it later. I can honestly tell you the reason why my engine blew is because I was doing hella runs, hard pulls I should say. I was doing hella hard pulls, and it was really unnecessary. I didn't have to do that many, but doing hard pulls, or being a speed racer pretty much, that causes unnecessary wear and tear on your vehicle. Premature wear and tear on your vehicle, I should say. If you have a vehicle that's built for it, like a sports vehicle, a sports car, then it's okay at the drag strip. But you notice how even at the drag strip, when you do excessive hard pulls, I watch a lot of demonology, guys like that, where they've done a lot of even Mod to Fame, where he does a lot of hard pulls and his engine blew. And that's because even though you have a muscle car or a sports car, it's not meant to be pulled. It's meant to be, do hard pulls, but it's not meant to be as many hard pulls as they do. So excessive hard pulls and being a speed racer, that can cause premature wear and tear on your vehicle. And I'll tell you now, that's one of the reasons why my vehicle blew. Not only that though, but actually, yeah, I would say me doing hard pulls and being a speed racer, because if I was driving I'm just gonna say this, if I was driving the normal speed limit, I would have caught the copper. Yep, that's a copper. But if I was driving the normal speed limit and trying not to impress other people, which is sad to say, but trying not to impress other people, driving the normal speed limit as a citizen should, I would have seen the pothole, because being a speed racer, I hit a pothole, and I hit it so hard that I broke my inner tie rod. I didn't notice it until I got halfway to my job and I tried to turn the wheel and the damn thing was not turning. It was scary. So I had to have my vehicle towed home. It was like, what, $300, $350 to tow it from Wilmington. I live in Romeoville, so I had to have it towed from Wilmington, Illinois to Romeoville, which when I used to drive to work, it was like maybe 30 minutes away. But do not be a speed racer. No need to do excessive hard pulls, any of that. It causes unnecessary and premature wear and tear on your vehicle. This is gonna be what, number 5. So check and refill your coolant system, but you want to check and refill your coolant as necessary. And don't do this while it's hot, because there's a label on your coolant cap that says do not open when hot. It can squirt in your eyes or on your face, on your skin, period. It could squirt on you, period, and that's not a good thing. Very painful. But you want to check and refill your coolant system. Just don't do it when it's hot. Another good thing is to do a coolant flush. If you got an older vehicle, I would highly recommend doing a coolant flush, just to clear up all that unnecessary, let's say if you got crap in there, it's good to clear that up by doing a coolant flush. I would also say to baby the crap out of your engine. Baby it, like, you know, just baby it, because it's the heart and soul of your vehicle. I can tell you that. Your engine is the heart and soul of your vehicle, so if that dies, then you pretty much are fucked. I'm gonna just say it like that. If your engine dies, you're pretty much fucked. And if you're like many people out there who only have one vehicle, that's a setback for a lot of people. So baby the crap out of your vehicle. That was number 7, I believe. Take care of your battery. You also want to take care of your charging system, which would be your battery and your alternator. One thing I learned, if your alternator is low, is at night when your headlights are on, if they're flickering sporadically or just randomly, if your headlights are just randomly dimming, that's a sign that your alternator is going bad. So you definitely want to check that if you have any of those symptoms. The battery, a lot of batteries nowadays come with a warranty. I bought mine from Blaine's Farm and Fleet. It comes with a 3-year warranty, so if I have any problems within that 3-year period, I just bought it July. So if I have any problems within that period, I can always take it back to Blaine's Farm and Fleet and get a replacement. A lot of times it'll be for free, so that's the benefit of buying your battery. But if your battery is bad and you're neglecting it, that puts excessive stress on your alternator, which is what I did. I neglected my battery because it wouldn't keep a charge, and the only thing that was powering my vehicle was my alternator. So over time it just killed my alternator to the point where I had to get a new one. So that's why when it was time for me to go home and I started my vehicle, it wouldn't start up, because both the alternator and the battery was bad. I had a buddy try to jump start me, but his alternator was going out, so that didn't do anything. I ended up towing my vehicle from my job to my house, which it was cheaper this time, $250. But I could have, avoided that if I didn't neglect both the battery and the alternator. So once I figured out what it was, I ended up buying one of these. It's a portable jumper, and I tell you, it's a real lifesaver. Anytime my vehicle dies, let's say, God forbid that doesn't happen, but because I replaced the alternator and the battery, but if that happens, I always have a portable jumper to get me out of the situation. Not only that, but if somebody else's vehicle is it won't start and it's because of an alternator or a battery issue, you can use that on their vehicle. I had a buddy of mine, his vehicle wouldn't start because he sat in his car playing his music, had the lights on and everything, door open, and it was time for him to go home. Oh, my bad. Thought it was my neighbor. But yeah, started his vehicle right up, and that was the first time I actually used it. Main thing is do not ignore the your Christmas tree light, or whatever you call these, whatever they call these lights right here, on your dash lights, I guess. We'll just call it that. But don't ignore your dash lights. As soon as your check engine light comes on, you want to check to see exactly what the issue is, because the longer you prolong the situation, or prolong, investigating, the worse it's going to be. And I'm telling you, it is going to be a headache once you find out it's something more serious than what you thought it was. So never neglect your engine codes. Pay attention to the way your vehicle sounds, and you'll know when something sounds off, because if it's your vehicle, you're in and out of it so much, you can tell when something is off. And that again happened to me. This was garbage truck. But this happened to me. It was this week, actually. I was on my way to work, and I have remote start on my vehicle, so I went to remote start it, and it started making popping noises, like burble noises. And I know I don't have a burble tune, so I was like, what the heck is going on? I checked. I have an app on my phone that's connected to my car that tells me when like check engine lights or things are on, and nothing came up on the reader. So I immediately knew it was something under the hood. And once I popped the hood open, it turned out to be my cold air intake. It popped off, and that's because I forgot to put it back on from when I did the what is it? The valve cover gaskets. When I replaced my valve cover gaskets, I put everything back together, but I forgot to tighten up the hose, the clamps to the cold air intake. And I guess just over time it got loose. And it just kept getting loose until it finally popped off when I did that remote start. And I put it back on. My wife, she was like, "What is that noise? Your vehicle? That doesn't sound like your vehicle." I had to look outside the window just to make sure it was my car. And yeah, sure enough, it was. And it happened to be the cold air intake that popped off. So went outside, put that back on, started it back up, and ever since then, nothing. So yeah, those are my 10 tips to a longer lasting vehicle, or a longer lasting engine. And like I said, baby the crap out your engine. For a lot of us, it's our only vehicle. Even if it isn't your only vehicle, for car enthusiasts, if it's your baby it. Even if it's not your baby, your daily driver. This is my daily driver and my baby, even though we have 2 other vehicles at the house. I don't ever plan on selling this or getting rid of this. I'll keep replacing the engine if I have to, but just baby the crap out your vehicle. That means tire rotation, tire pressure, all that. You want to baby it, because for a lot of us, like I said, it's our only vehicle, even if it's not. Garbage truck. But yeah, you want to baby the crap out your engine. Those are my 10 tips to making your vehicle or engine last a long time. I wish it would last forever. I just seen on the news, it was a Honda. He was on his 2nd engine, got to 1 million miles. I hope I get to that number and beyond with my vehicle. Right now, I'm at 189,000 miles. But the 2nd engine, like I said, I bought it with 34,000 miles. So hopefully, me taking my own advice, my vehicle lasts beyond 1 million miles. So that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, this your boy Kid Caddy. Peace.